Hello, hola, and shalom. And if you're watching this on a Saturday, Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rebellia, and we are back with some more Nancy Drew, the final scene. I know we kind of left this episode out on a cliffhanger. We're picking up right where we left off. I literally have not done anything because I didn't want to mess anything up. So we were told to come and see Joseph in the projection room because he found something. So let's go and check that out really quick. Okay, Joe. There he is.
Nancy, take a look at this.
What'd you find? That's Maya's tag.
Where did you find it?
Brady found it.
Brady. Right. He's using the dressing room that she disappeared in. This should be enough evidence to get the police over here, don't you think?
Found it? Where?
He didn't say. Give the police a call. And then you better go back to your hotel and get some rest.
Just when I have a lead? No way. I got to keep searching.
Just when I have a lead? No way! I've got to keep searching.
You won't be any help to Maya if you get too tired to think.
Well, I guess you have a point there.
Go ahead and use the phone in the ticket booth. I'll be down in a minute.
Alright. So I guess we'll have to go and talk to the police, and then we'll have to head to the hotel. Okay, let's jump in here. Let's see, I have the police number right here. 555-1422. Looks like.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Hi, Sergeant Ramsey. This is Nancy Drew. I spoke to you earlier today about the disappearance of my friend, Maya Wen.
Hello, Miss Drew. You're calling to tell me that you found your friend, I hope.
I wish that were true, sir. No, she's still missing. I'm calling to report that I have the evidence you asked for.
What did you find?
Someone else here at the theater found Maya's press pass. It was clipped to her shirt when she went into the dressing room. It must have been torn off when she was kidnapped.
Or it fell off. Or she just tossed it.
Maya is very serious about her work, Sergeant Ramsey. She never goes anywhere without that pass. And she would not willingly leave it behind.
Is the pass damaged in any way?
No.
Was anything disturbed in the area where it was found?
I don't know. I'm not the one who found it.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in, Miss Drew. If Maya hasn't turned up by tomorrow, we'll definitely be out to investigate.
I knew it.
Someone will take a look at the press pass then.
But you said that if I found evidence, you'd investigate the theater today.
I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but we can't go chasing after every kid who decides to take a leave of absence. The vast majority of missing juveniles disappear of their own accord, and they reappear when they're good and ready.
You have to believe me. Maya would never play this kind of game. Nicholas Falcone said he thinks somebody is using her to make a statement.
Nicholas Falcone? Is he involved in this? Are you involved with him?
Haddett is demonstrating against the demolition in front of the theater. Nicholas has set up shop in the lobby. I've spoken to him. I'm not involved with him.
Are you aware of the allegations against Mr. Falcone's character, Miss Drew?
Allegations?
Nick Falcone operates according to his own rules. He'll do just about anything to save a theater, and he's not afraid to use extreme tactics.
What kind of extreme tactics?
You name it. Vandalism, sabotage, chaining himself to demolition machinery.
Is that right?
And last year there was a situation over in Nashville. Just when the oldest theater in the city is about to be torn down, and mind you, Haddett is there in full force. A girl goes missing. So happens she's the daughter of the demolition boss. They go crazy looking for her. There's a call, just like the one you described. Anyway, to make a long story short, the demolition is called off. And 3 weeks later, the girl is seen snuggling up to Falcone in a Memphis coffee shop.
Are you suggesting Nicholas is staging this thing?
I'm just saying that there's more to situations like these than meets the eye. Nick Falcone is a real operator, and he likes to humiliate the police. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon here with this whole Royal Palladium thing and let him make my unit look like a bunch of chumps.
I see.
So you aren't going to have any credit with us if you join ranks with him.
Does he have a criminal record?
Oh, minor stuff. Disorderly conduct, trespassing, yada, yada, yada. But Nick Falcone can slime his way out of a sticky situation like no one I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's no jail sentence for being a royal pain in the neck.
There are no good citizenship awards for it either.
Look, I know you're worried, but for now, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing you can do either. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'm sure you've had a long day.
Well, this has been very informative, Sergeant Ramsey. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Drew.
Well, that was very interesting. So, let's see what's next.
I heard the whole thing, Nancy. Go get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things till morning.
Thanks. Huh? Oh, great. What's this? Deepest sympathy. Planning a funeral is such a dreadful pain. Wouldn't you rather just stop the demolition? Oh, God. Oh, that's scary. Where is that necklace? Nothing new. I do see an X-Acto knife. Interesting. Alright, let's go see if we can talk to Brady really quick and find out where he found that pass. Come on. Go. Oh, Brady! Oh, what's in here? Oh, interesting. Let's, okay.
It's locked.
Oh, I wonder if that's
It's
what this
locked.
goes to. Nope. Huh. Okay, well. Not seeing anything else here. So let's go talk to his manager.
Nancy Drew, Simone Mueller. Don't worry, Vanishing Destiny is off. We've got bigger fish to fry.
So you heard about Maya?
Of course. I mean, a kidnapping? Right out of my star's dressing room? The premiere is small potatoes. It's worth more to us canceled or at least postponed. When the news gets out, the whole nation will be watching.
So that's what police had a chance to investigate. My friend here and all you can think about is...
I'm worried sick about my friend here, and all you can think of is another media event.
Where are you from?
River Heights. Why?
Yes, precisely. River Heights. Listen, doll, I'm from L.A. This ain't my first time at the rodeo. We'll find your friend, or Brady Armstrong will, and when he does, every girl in America will wish she'd been kidnapped instead of Maya what's-her-name.
Can't believe you. No girl wants to be kidnapped. This theater is going to be demolished in 3 days. Brady can help search if he wants. I'm not going to sit back and wait for him to save
This
the day.
theater is going to be demolished in 3 days. Brady can help search if he wants, but I'm not going to sit back and wait for him to save the day.
Honey, you've got spunk. Ever consider acting? This girl power thing is red hot right now. Of course, we'd have to think of a stage name. Nancy Drew is so utterly forgettable.
Isabella is probably locked down when the kidnapping happened, and that the kidnappers...
Joseph says the building was probably locked when the kidnapping happened, and that the kidnapper had to be someone who was inside the theater. Care to comment?
Why don't you tell that little gray troll that I think he did it, just to keep himself from dying of boredom in this old dump. That's my comment.
It's agent, I'm asking everyone.
How long have you been Brady's agent?
I discovered him on an electric spring morning 6 years ago. He was working the original Coney Dog stand on Sunset Boulevard. It was pure luck. I was craving an all-beef frank at 7 a.m. He's been the jewel in my crown ever since.
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
Oh, please, Nancy. I was on the phone, doing business. But If I'm ever hard-pressed for entertainment, I'm sure kidnapping would be a real hoot.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Love ya.
I do not like her. Really, really don't like her. Let's see if there's anything up here. Doesn't look like it. So, let's see. But somebody was in here because this is the phone that the kidnapper called from. Really don't understand this. Okay. Don't understand this either, to be honest, because I don't see any real reason for it, although there's the Her Interactive symbol, which Her Interactive are the developers and producers of these Nancy Drew games, so it's always awesome to find that. Okay, let's see if Brady's back yet. Surely he would be. Oops. Or not. It's kind of odd. Alright, let's go see if we can talk to Joseph, I guess. Because I highly doubt that Nicholas is going to be there. Whoops. Okay, let's go through here. Go ahead and check. Yep, he's not there. Okay, let's go over here. Ooh, what's this? October 22nd, 1982. Vietnamese. I thought she was Chinese. Okay. St. Louis, 5'5", 127 pounds. Okay. Brown eyes. Okay. Huh. Last seen the birthmark on right ankle. Last seen carrying a spiral reporter's notebook.
I'm sorry you had to see that wreath, Nancy. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
This is one creepy kidnapper, that's for sure.
Let's hope the kidnapper just did this to scare you.
I'm not scared enough.
It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. I don't know how the press got a hold of this, but they're all over it like ants on a picnic.
Those missing posters.
Where did those missing posters come from?
I can't say for sure, but I can make an educated guess.
Anything else there in a Hollywood agent we know?
I have a feeling you and I are betting on the same horse here.
Can you believe the way she diverted all of the attention away from Maya and used the poster to promote Brady as the big hero? This shouldn't be happening. It's all backwards.
Yeah, I agree. So where will you go after the demolition? Tell me about the old key-making machine in the lobby.
Tell me about that old key-making machine in the lobby. Has it been out of order long?
It's been broken for a spell. The kids lost interest in it when video games came along. But I bet it wouldn't be hard to fix. I'd love for you to see how it works. And then you can make yourself a little souvenir from the Royal Palladium. Or send a key to your sweetheart.
So where will you go after the demolition? Are you planning to retire?
Greasewood, Arizona. My brother Jake is there. It's a tiny town with no movie theater, so we're going to put one on the map. I got some money saved.
That's awesome. Let's see. Which I'm surprised seeing.
The history of this theater is so rich. I'm surprised the city of St. Louis isn't more interested in preserving it.
Well, they are interested. The Historical Society's been working like the dickens to get this place declared a landmark. But someone downtown has been stalling. They're awfully close.
The police told me Nicholas Falcone is known for using extreme tactics to further his political causes. Why are you letting him use the lobby as his headquarters?
Nicholas has been hanging around this theater since he was a little boy. I know how torn up he is about the theater. This'll be over soon enough, and then he'll go home. I don't think he's dangerous, for gosh sakes.
Okay.
Who is this J.J. Thompson character anyway?
Old JJ. Owner, visionary, wheeler dealer. JJ loved a magic show. He had this place built with those kind of big spectacle shows in mind. JJ also happened to love the sight of his own mug in the mirror. You can tell by the way he ornamented the auditorium with his own head.
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
Appreciate it. Okay. Alright, let's head out. Let's go down here. Oh, there's Nick.
Nancy, what's the 411?
There's one.
You didn't tell me kidnapping was part of Activism 101.
That's all hearsay, Nancy. They got no witnesses, no testimony, no nothing.
So you have or have not used kidnapping. I don't care if you've been convicted or not. Who are you?
So you have or have not used kidnapping to further your causes in the past.
I am not an eco-terrorist, and I would never orchestrate the temporary disappearance of anyone who wasn't in on the plan and down with the cause.
Okay, well, I can go with that. Think about being in on the law and down with the truth. Something I hate more than a bald-faced liar. Ever heard of the Wrath of Nancy Drew?
Maybe you'd better think about being in on the law and down with the truth, Nicholas.
All right, Officer Nancy, chill out, will ya? I'm on your side.
Relationship with the police. Let's do this.
I'm asking everyone, where were you when the kidnapping happened?
I was outside, harnessing public outrage. Ask anyone.
Okay. Tell me, historical society.
Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building an historical landmark.
They've been in that process for years. It's all just a big wad of red tape, a bunch of bureaucratic hocus pocus. Had it's about action, not paperwork.
Okay.
Tell me about your relationship with the police.
All I know is they like to dig through my garbage and follow my van. Does this face say America's Most Wanted to you?
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Alright, well, since he's here, that says Brady should be back. Let's go through, and if he's not back, then we'll go back to that little key making thing and see if maybe we can fix it. Okay. So that's where we're going to go then. Okay, let's go through here. Alright, let's see. Let's go up here. Is there any way we can mess with this? I want to mess with it. Come on. Darn it. Huh? Okay, I've already messed with this thing, so I don't need it. And guess that's... What is this? More missing posters. Huh? I didn't see this part. Hides. Nation leading in my safer term. Brady Armstrong is offering us signed posters. Oh my gosh. Now I see what he was talking about. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 6, 8. Talk to Bess and George, see what happens there.
Hello.
Bess?
And George, too. What's new, Nancy?
Last press pass.
When I spoke to the police about Maya's press pass, they said that Nicholas is known for using extreme tactics And that he might even have been involved in a staged kidnapping last year in Nashville.
You don't think Maya could be mixed up with him somehow, do you?
No way. Maya expresses her politics by writing about them. You know, the pen is mightier than the sword. She and Nicholas Falcone don't even speak the same language.
I think you're right, George. But Sergeant Ramsey said I wouldn't have any credit with the police if I joined forces with Nicholas.
Who said anything about joining forces? After all, he's still a prime suspect. But that doesn't mean he's not a valuable source of information when it comes to the theater.
She's right, Nancy. As long as he continues to shoot off his mouth, you want to be around to take notes.
Yep.
When I arrived at the theater this morning, someone had delivered a funeral wreath.
What?
Isn't that creepy?
You don't know who it was from?
It was from the kidnapper, I assume. The note said something like, wouldn't you rather stop the demolition than plan a funeral?
Since when do kidnappers have the time to special order flower arrangements?
Apparently this kidnapper isn't afraid of the limelight.
Look at the bright side, Nancy. If you find out who sent that wreath, your case is as good as closed.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Good luck.
Be careful.
It's true. So let's see if we can talk to Ned now. So we haven't got to talk to him the whole time we've been here. Because he's been on some ski trip.
Hello?
Ned, it's me.
Nancy. Bess called and told me what happened with Maya. I've been worried sick.
Did she tell you what the police said?
About the 24-hour delay? Yeah, she told me. But I have faith in you, Nancy. You've solved plenty of cases before without help from the police. So let's get down to business. Who are your suspects?
It seems there were only 4 people in the building at the time of the kidnapping, besides Maya and myself. Brady Armstrong, Simone Mueller, his agent, Nicholas Falcone, a political activist, and the caretaker, Joseph Hughes.
Any hunches?
Not yet. I've got a lot of work to do.
Call me anytime. I'll try to stay close to the phone.
I'll talk to Simone. Shared her all about the kidnapping, canceled the premiere. According to Joseph, the St. Louis Historical Society. That's
By the
good.
time I finally got to talk to Simone Mueller, she had heard all about the kidnapping and canceled the premiere of Vanishing Destiny.
Sounds like bad news travels fast around old theaters.
That's just the thing. Simone didn't seem to think Maya's kidnapping was bad news at all. She kept calling it a great opportunity. She kept saying what fabulous publicity it's going to be for Brady.
Sounds like she knows how to turn a profit in any situation.
The question is she just responding to the situation, or did she have a hand in creating it in the first place?
No flies on you, Nancy Drew. Sounds to me like your detective mind is in high gear.
According to Joseph, the St. Louis Historical Society has been scrambling to get the Royal Palladium declared an historical landmark.
And that would prevent the demolition?
Right.
So what's the holdup?
Joseph thinks someone downtown is stalling.
Maybe someone who wants the demolition has been greasing some palms.
Probably. It's a shame because Joseph seems to think they're close.
I wonder if this kidnapper is just trying to buy a little more time. What does Mr. Falcone have to say about the Historical Society?
It was pretty cynical. Said the whole process was a bunch of hocus pocus.
Perhaps Mr. Falcone is using cynicism to disguise his true feelings.
We're ready to get this demolition stopped. There we
There's
go.
this cool machine in the lobby that makes souvenir keys. You can make a key in any shape and call it the key to your heart. I wanted to make one for you. Not that this is any time to think of souvenirs.
And maybe after you solve the case, Detective.
Well, besides the fact that I don't have time for distractions, the machine is out of order.
Phew, that's a relief.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hey!
Nancy Drew, you know the key to your heart would be much too big to carry around on my keychain. I'd probably throw my back out.
Good point, Mr. Nickerson.
Anyway, it's the thought that counts.
Oh my gosh, that was a good comeback. Wow. Let's see.
Harry Houdini must have been quite a character.
What makes you say that?
Oh, it just sounds like he was so generous and passionate about his craft.
He was.
Everyone loved him.
Any theories yet on what he did with his half of the theater?
No, but I highly doubt he was generous enough to give his half back to old J.J. Thompson.
That wouldn't have been an act of generosity anyway. It would have been a lapse in judgment.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay.
I've got to think of a way to get this demolition stopped.
Well, the police aren't being much help. But couldn't you try contacting the owner of the building? I'm sure he or she would be willing to postpone for a couple of days. I mean, what's the rush?
According to Nicholas, his name is B. Thompson, and he won't talk to the press.
I wonder what he has to hide.
His building firm is called Wave of the Future.
Catchy. I wonder what he has against the present.
Ned, I just remembered something. Joseph used the phrase Wave of the Future when I first met him. He was talking about the remodel of the theater in 1956. Do you think it's a coincidence?
I don't know, Nance. If Joseph turns out to be the owner of the theater and the guy behind the demolition, I think it'll be fair to say you've seen everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
Who's the helpful elf behind those missing posters? Maybe you should start asking some questions.
Bye, Ned.
Okay.
Go get him, Nancy.
Alright, well, I guess let's go talk to Miss Mueller. And see what she has to say. Wrong thing. There we go. Alright, so let's find out what little Miss Pain in the Neck phone glued to her ear has to say.
Have you seen the posters? Aren't they fabulous?
Maya's the one from her press pass, isn't it? Yeah,
That
it
picture
is.
of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
Yes. Thankfully, she's photogenic.
Oh my god. Advertisement for Brady.
That poster is just an advertisement for Brady.
Maya's on the poster. It says she's missing. So what's your issue? Brady's out plastering those posters all over St. Louis and every podunk town for 50 miles. He's due back at any time, though, for the press conference.
Press
Press
conference.
conference?
I've invited the press here today to report on Brady's commitment to solving this case. You know, a few questions, a few photo ops, no big deal.
Oh my
That
gosh.
funeral wreath was awful, wasn't it?
You saw the wreath? Where is it now?
I had it moved out front for the press conference. We want the press to know just how heartless this kidnapper is, don't we? Then it's all the more fabulous when Brady saves the day.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
Am I the only one that wants to strangle her within 2 minutes of talking to her? Unfortunately, let's try talking to
On
her.
your stage name? I'm thinking Samantha Quick. You love it, right?
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
Okay, let's go talk to Brady. She said he was due back any time, so maybe he'll be back. Okay. He's still not here. Okay, let's see. Backstage is number 2. Theater lobby. Oh, that'd have to be the ticket booth. Alright, so there. I guess let's go talk to Nicholas and see if he has anything to say. This is crazy. I'm needing keys in order to get anywhere, but I'm not finding keys anywhere.
I got the number. I left it in the ticket booth. This woman isn't a Houdini herself. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
Oh, okay. Couldn't hurt to give her a call. I'll get right on that.
Maybe she knows what's happened to Houdini's half of the theater. I'll call.
Awesome. So we're making headway, which is great. Okay. Let's... Florida. Okay, so now let's do this. 1813 555 3247. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Hopefully.
Yes, hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Mrs. Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Harry was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater. Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you know what happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr. Stupendous? Not on his life. Losing that man was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here. I don't exactly have time to burn.
I know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropoff, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the theater may be my only hope of saving her.
Call the Library of Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout your station set. You're not dead yet, Sherman, so get up and make yourself useful.
The Library of Congress. You don't happen to have that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Sherman around here somewhere. Cat food coupons. Vincent Jack's a repair. The station. Here we go. Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. 202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropoff. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
Okay. And now I have no idea what the number was. Come on. Oh. Well, I guess when I go through to edit this video, I will have to catch that number because I wasn't writing it down while I was talking to her.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
I haven't called yet.
So what are you waiting for? The wrecking crew to bust in and dial the number for you?
Problem is I don't remember the number. I know it was a 202 but that's all I remember. See, and used to it, or normally it would show up down here, so I don't know what's going on there. Well, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and call the episode here. On the very next episode, I should have that number written down. We will call the Library of Congress and find out about the Harry Houdini's half of the theater and see where we go from there. I think we're getting actually getting pretty close. We are already on day 2. We've only got 3 days before the place will be demolished. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. I hope you're enjoying the series. And if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new and would like to see more content by myself. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so that you can get notified on all the future episodes that I upload. And if you're doing any kind of online shopping for yourself, a friend, or a family member, be sure to check out Davis Discounts Online. They do discounts for anything and everything on Amazon. And if you're looking for cheaper cell phones, phone accessories, cell phone plans, be sure to check out Tit for Tat Chit Chat. I'll leave a link to both of those down in the description below. And until next time, guys, I hope y'all had fun, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!